a week! What a week! See the smiles again. The smiles are back! Oh my word, I feel so good. Manchester United have done it again. They have literally done it again. And boy, it is so good to have that feeling of winning one of the most bitter teams in the Premier League. One of the teams that I absolutely hate to bits. We defeated them. Yes! You know what I'm talking about. Woke up this morning feeling fine because I had Manchester United on my mind. Jose's playing away like United should. Something tells me I'm in for something good. And boy, on Saturday was a fantastic match to remember because Manchester United defeated arch enemies Liverpool in a 2-1 victory. And Liverpool fans, you can now suffer for the rest of the season because this is one of the matches that you needed to win in order for you to secure second place. But we came up. We didn't park the bus. We went out on full counter-attack and Marcus Rashford, he is a boy wonder. He is a red devil in a simplistic form. Rashford is red. 100% he is a Manchester United wonder boy. Scoring the only 2 goals in this game. Unfortunately, Eric Bailly conceded an own goal, which means that Liverpool, they haven't scored a single goal at Old Trafford this season, which just really disappoints them. I was hoping that Mo Salah would get on the action, but where was he today? Where was Mo Salah? Where was Mane? Where was Firmino? It's like they went on a holiday thinking, yeah, Man United, everyone can take care of it. We'll have the day off. Yeah, they literally had the day off. They didn't even show up, Liverpool. I would think that Liverpool could even put a little bit more fight in this match, but no, boy. Beating the Scousers is those amazing feelings that it's always so good. Even if you're not a United fan, beating Liverpool just really feels like you've already won the league. Something that Manchester City failed to do at Anfield. Going to Anfield and winning at Anfield is even more difficult than just winning at your normal stadium. But boy, winning at Old Trafford. Boy, Old Trafford is home. But when you come, Liverpool went into this match feeling so confident, thinking that they could rip United to shreds. But when you come to our yard, our own stadium, you play by our rules. And Manchester United, they got the important 3 points against Liverpool. Yes! Get in there! Mourinho doesn't park the bus for nothing. He goes out on full-on counter-attack because he knew that this match was so crucial to pick up 3 points. I know Jurgen Klopp was thinking the same thing, but it's like that their team decided to park the bus instead. Wow. Boy, this victory against Liverpool means that we have secured second place in the Premier League season. We are not going down. We are aiming for second place. Liverpool, they might have to secure 4th or 3rd place, but the only team who are more willing enough to secure second place within this Premier League season, and that's us, Manchester United. But also tonight, we are at Old Trafford against Seville in the Champions League. And if we win against Seville, we could possibly face Liverpool again in the Champions League. But there's also the FA Cup to worry about as well. So we're in still more competitions this season. We're in the Champions League, we're still in the FA Cup. So we could possibly get at least another trophy this season, possibly another FA Cup, or maybe we could get into more of the stages of the Champions League. But who knows? We need to beat Seville tonight in order to secure us our place in the next round of the Champions League. Anyway, speaking of Manchester City, who have possibly already won the title, and I have to think that if Manchester City win at the derby, where we go to the Etihad and we play Manchester City, if Manchester City win on that day, then I think that they've already won the league. Because I know that they only need 3 more wins or possibly 2 more wins until they win the entire Premier League season. But if they win it at the derby, then that will be an upset for Manchester United fans, because I literally don't care about this season anymore. I just want to finish off in 2nd place. I think all United fans have now given up the league and we're not going to focus on the league anymore, but I feel like that if we secure 2nd place, then we're in a good chance. It means that we are possibly one of the only teams who can compete with Manchester City. And when it comes to next season, we're going to give them a real challenge this time. But anyway, moving on to Stoke and Manchester City. Yeah, Manchester City comfortably won against Stoke. I know Stoke had some really good chances in this match, but it was just a very boring game. I know David Silva, he only got the 2 goals for Manchester City, but boy, Stoke, they are suffering relegation. I really fear for them, because they were one of those teams who is always so stubborn to beat. And it's like Stoke are one of the teams that is always so difficult to beat. But now Stoke is just such of an easy team. And I just don't like the Bet365 Stadium anymore. It's such of a cold place to be. Like, no one else wants to be there anymore. It's such of a... It's a terrible stadium, I have to say. And also in Stoke, cold Monday night in Stoke. Do I really want to go down there? No, thank you. It's just possibly one of the worst places to go if you're going to an away game. That's basically one of the worst places to go in the Premier League season. Stoke is just horrible. Don't want to go there anymore, because I think I only went there once, and unfortunately I think we drew 2-2. Yeah, it was this season. Yeah, I went to Stoke and unfortunately we drew 2-2 against Stoke, so I never like that place anymore. I just think it's a horrible place. Anyway, speaking of horrible circumstances, West Ham United though, what's happened to them? What has happened to West Ham United? One of the most prestigious clubs in the Premier League, and all of a sudden they are turning against the club. Gordon Sullivan and Carol Brady, they want them out of the club. This is possibly more worse than getting rid of Arsene Wenger at Arsenal. Arsenal are trying to get rid of a manager, but West Ham, they're trying to get rid of the board. They're trying to get rid of the whole entire club completely. They want their club back, because they are not happy with the changes that have been made to this club. They hate the London Stadium. And I thought, from Uptown Park to the London Stadium, I thought that West Ham were giving so much appreciation and they're going to become one of the most prestigious clubs in the Premier League with the brand new London Stadium. But no, they have turned against the board of directors and they want the board sacked. They want them gone completely. And I have a feeling that if West Ham don't turn around things sooner or later, then they will go down into the Championship. And no one, and I mean no one, wants to watch Championship football at the London Stadium. That is something that the board of directors would not like at all. If West Ham get relegated this season, and if they want to play football, but I honestly do not think that the London Stadium will be up for Championship football anymore. Literally, I think West Ham, they need a miracle to bring their club. If they do survive this season, then what I automatically think they need to do is get rid of the board completely, start a new season fresh, and possibly they can stay up as long as possible. But right now, they are in a dying state. The entire London Stadium is so toxic, it has rotten down to the core. West Ham fans need change, and they need change fast. Unfortunately, Burnley were the victors against West Ham in that game, and I think everyone had enough because Burnley were on a roll. They were on fire against West Ham. First half, they were oblivious. Second half, they were much better, scoring 3 goals. And I think that really pissed off West Ham so much that fans were getting onto the pitch. There was no security whatsoever. The security is so lame at the London Stadium. Fans are like willy-nilly going onto the pitch and putting flags into the stadium thinking that this is my club and you're ruining it for me. So it kind of feels like the West Ham fans have given up on this club. But I think they need change really, really quickly. Another club that needs change really, really quickly is Southampton. Unfortunately, they lost 3-0 to Newcastle United, and from that result, losing to 3-0 against Newcastle, it means proper relegation for you. If you don't do something quick, Southampton, then unfortunately, mate, you're going down too. But I think it's going to be difficult because West Ham, they're also failing too. So it means that maybe Southampton, if they get a couple of wins against these next sides, then I feel like they're going to stay up this season. But they have a long spell of away games and they've only got a few more home games left. So it's going to be a rocky road for Southampton. But Newcastle United, I feel like they're staying up this season. They are staying up for a proper fight this season. They are doing so well in the Premier League, winning 3-0 against Southampton. But also another team that is doing so well, and I thought that they were doing so terrible this season, but Everton, they are fighting back too. They defeated 2-0 against Brighton, and like Brighton, who defeated Arsenal last week, I didn't see any fight from Brighton in this match. I think they were literally securing on for a point, but I thought Everton were much better in the second half. I think when Leighton Baines came onto the pitch, and since he has been playing for a while, he's been that one player at Everton who's been so consistent, and he has that kind of flow of bringing in those type of passes, those assists, those crosses, and it's even more important that you should take Leighton Baines on penalty duties because he's so good at taking penalties, and they had a penalty, and unfortunately Rooney missed a penalty against Brighton. Unfortunately, Matt Ryan saved it for Brighton, but I think Wayne Rooney, maybe he could be taking off penalty duties now. I think maybe Leighton Baines is possibly more suitable for taking penalties, but Wayne Rooney, since he missed it, maybe Sam Allardyce is thinking, Wayne, since you missed that penalty, you're off penalty duties now for the rest of the season. Yeah, not good, is it, Wayne? But I think Wayne Rooney's still doing fine. I mean, also talking about Manchester United legends, I've just heard rumours that Michael Carrick, Manchester United player, he will retire at the end of the season, which I think is possibly a good way to send off your entire career on a high. If we win the FA Cup, or possibly if we get into some stages of the Champions League, then I feel like that we could be on a good end for Michael Carrick's career, because he's done such a fantastic career at Manchester United. He's possibly one of our longest serving heroes at the club. So good luck, Michael Carrick. Since he's retiring this season, I wish all the best to him, because he's been a Manchester United legend from start to finish. He's been fantastic this season. Also, let's move on to Arsenal and Watford. Watford, what were you doing? I thought you were going to win this match, but Arsenal won. It's a miracle. Arsenal have won a game. It's like, wow. Arsenal won a game. It's been ages since they last won a game, but my word, they've won a game finally after such a long wait of droughts of goals or anything like that. They've won a game. Aubameyang, Mkhitaryan, Mustafi getting all the 3 goals for Arsenal. It's like, I can't believe it. It's like Arsenal fans are actually smiling for once. Honestly, it's like, has something happened to Arsenal over the last week? Have they just been given up a wake-up call? It's unbelievable. They do look very shaky at the back still, but honestly, I think after one win, they are going to lose again to another side next week. So, again, I have a feeling that they are not going to do this well at all this season. But, again, I think at least just seeing happy Arsenal fans is just, I think it's a bit satisfying, don't you think? But I also like Arsenal losing. But I think either way, just looking at an Arsenal fan smiling at a win like this just means the world to them, don't you mean? I could be really sarcastic about Arsenal fans, to be fair. Anyway, other matches such as Chelsea and Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, again, one of those teams who are more likely to face relegation, but with all of the other teams doing really, really terrible, they could be lucky this season. Chelsea, they are, I'm saying they're average this season. They're not brilliant, they're just average. They're not completely outstanding, they're just plain old average Chelsea. They're not your typical 100% Chelsea that's going to be winning them titles. No, they just felt, again, they felt lackluster in this match. They didn't really care, but at least they got the goals to give them the wins. But what they really need to focus on is Barcelona, and they've got Barcelona away in the Champions League. So it's going to be a difficult match for Chelsea, because I know Barcelona, they're not going to take it easy on Chelsea. They're going to go full out on counter-attack against Chelsea on Wednesday. So that's going to be very difficult for Chelsea. Bournemouth, they unfortunately suffered a 4-1 loss against Spurs. Again, Spurs losing Harry Kane. Harry Kane just got injured in that match, and that's a big worry for England fans. If he doesn't recover to the end of the season, then I have a feeling that the World Cup isn't going to be great. If we don't have Harry Kane in our squad, then we are going to be plummeting down to the depths of where we are never going to make it into the next round of the World Cup. Telling you, Harry Kane, get well soon, because you're needed for the World Cup. And then we had another game, Huddersfield and Swansea. A red card of Jordan Ayew got sent off, but Huddersfield, they played on 4 points. Swansea will be happy enough because they feel like it's a win for them, and it's a really good survival for Swansea. And let's move on to the final match, and that was West Brom and Leicester. Leicester winning 4-1 against West Brom, and West Brom is becoming more true enough that they are officially relegated this season. They are not coming back at all. I can't see any miracle for them. If Alan Pardew is still manager by the next game, then it's complete relegation for West Brom. Unfortunately, West Brom fans, you've had your chance. You should have got rid of Pardew earlier, but you should have kept Tony Pulis, because if you kept him, I would have a doubt feeling that you would have stayed up this season. But you decided to get rid of him, and look what it's done to you. You are now properly relegated. I don't think you are never going to win a game at all, but I think for West Brom fans, I think they've suffered way too much. But anyway, I think that's all from this game. So I think there's going to be no more Premier League catch-up shows until the beginning of April, because there's Champions League football on tonight. There's also FA Cup football, and I think there's a bit of international football as well. So I won't be doing a Premier League catch-up show for next week, because I know there are only 4 games next week in the Premier League, but most of the other games are all caught up with the FA Cup fixtures of the quarterfinals. So there won't be a Premier League catch-up show until the beginning of April. So I'll see you for then. But then I think I'm going to be focusing a lot on other videos, such as Doctor Who, because I haven't been feeling myself lately on Doctor Who, but I'll be doing a new video on Doctor Who. We'll be sharing my thoughts on where's Doctor Who gone on the channel. So stick around for that video, and I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you leave a like on this video, and remember to please subscribe to this channel for more amazing videos. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you guys next time.